Hello, everyone. This is Brett, and thank you for tuning in. Today is episode 4 in my weekly playlist series where I'm going to show and discuss 5 records that have been in rotation over the last week. Be sure to check out the description for a link to an ongoing playlist from this series where I select my 3 favorite or recommended songs from each of these releases, and it's compiled in that playlist. It also includes the tracks from all the other previous episodes. All right, let's kick things off with the 1996 debut album from Placebo. Placebo came out in the mid-90s, kind of at the same time as the Britpop movement, so we kind of consider them a little Britpop adjacent. Maybe if you took a band like Suede and mixed them with something a little more edgy like Jane's Addiction. I've seen Placebo live many times over the years, a great live band. Brian Mulkel is an excellent songwriter. I think they really hit their stride on the next few albums after this, especially on the second record, Without You, I'm Nothing. But their debut is still essential listening. So my 3 recommended tracks on this one are going to be Teenage Angst, Lady of the Flowers, and 36 Degrees. Placebo's debut album. Next up, this next spin was inspired by the announcement of this band's upcoming 5th album, but this is Desperate Journalist, UK post-punk band. This is their 4th album, Maximum Sorrow, which came out back in 2021. The new record that's coming out on September 27th is called No Hero, and they just released, with that announcement, a debut single from it called Unsympathetic Parts 1 and 2, which I highly recommend checking out. I'm going to actually include that in this week's playlist because it's such a great song. But Maximum Sorrow, this edition here is on a double LP, and it's on a really interesting blue color. So 3 recommended songs from this one are going to be Utopia is my immediate favorite. It's atmospheric. You got these icy synth washes, soaring vocal melody. Track 2, Armageddon, and number 3 is Everything You Wanted. So if you're unfamiliar with Desperate Journalists, make sure to check out those tracks in the playlist. I'd also like to mention at this time, if you're new to the channel and have yet to subscribe, please click the subscribe button, hit like, comment, all of those things definitely help support my channel. I discuss all kinds of music on this channel with an emphasis towards 80s and 90s alternative, post-punk, new wave, goth, shoegaze, Britpop, dream pop, etc. Thank you for your support. My 3rd choice from this week is the 6th album from the incredibly prolific electropop musician known as Charli XCX. This is called Brat, and it just came out on June 7th, 2024. Really strange packaging on this one. We just have a plain 70s green color with a kind of bitted out text. I don't know if that comes across, but it's, you can see it simulating like old school computer technology, and you'll get that here in a second. But I just want to talk about the actual jacket a little bit more. So it opens up into a gatefold, and there she is. And then it's actually die cut. Hello there. And then it has this little sticker on the edge which was sealed, so you had to slice that open in order to access everything. Resist the urge to peel that off, and just if there's any sticker overhang, just kind of fold it over and tuck it into the inner pocket there, and then it'll be out of your way and you don't have to worry about it. Now the reason I brought up about the computer technology is when you open it up, inside the gatefold there was this old school kind of dot matrix printout, and it has all the credits to the album, and it looks like it's even a carbon copy one, but a really unexpected little surprise when you open that up. It does include a really nice booklet in theme with the rest of the artwork that has lyrics to all the albums, or to all the songs, I mean. And my copy is on this clear with pink splatter. Really neat looking. Yeah, so this is Charli XCX's 6th album. 3 recommended songs on this one are going to be, the immediate standout to me is So I. Down-tempo, ballady. It makes me think of the tracks on her 4th album, which is stellar, called How I'm Feeling Now. Songs like Forever or Claws, it shares some commonality with. My second favorite track is I Might Say Something Stupid, which is only 1 minute and 49 seconds. But it kind of hits hard. There's auto-tune vocals that really actually add an interesting vulnerability to the lyric. My favorite line, I don't feel like nothing special. I snag my tights out on the lawn chair. Guess I'm a mess and play the role. And my third favorite is Talk Talk, which segues out of I Might Say Something. So yeah, that is the latest album from Charli XCX called Wrecked. All right, fourth up on this week's playlist. This was one of my favorite albums of 2021, and I highly recommend checking this out if you're unfamiliar. This is Floating Points with Pharoah Sanders and the London Symphony Orchestra. Collaboration between the three artists, Floating Points electronic artists, the late jazz legend Pharoah Sanders, and the London Symphony Orchestra. It is the album's called Promises, and it's essentially just one long track split into 9 different movements. So you have movements 1 through 5 on side 1, 6 through 9 on side 2. Jazz, electronic, classical, and ambient fans all have something to appreciate here. There is a musical motif of like 7 or 8 notes that you hear in each movement, which kind of becomes meditative and hypnotic. Essential listening. Floating Points, Promises. Great stuff. All right, and the last record on this week's playlist is Bjork's debut. This was her first album after leaving the Sugar Cubes in 1993. At the time, I had just seen the Sugar Cubes play with Public Enemy and U2 in October of 92 on the Zoo TV tour. And just within 9 months or so, Bjork would release this album. I remember vividly where I was actually standing the first time I heard the first single come on the radio, Human Behavior. Such a great song, and still holds up 31 years later. Other favorites on this are Like Someone in Love, which is a really nice version of the old Jimmy Van Heusen, Johnny Burke song from 1944. Great arrangement, harp and vocals. And then my third favorite is Come to Me, which has this neat little ascending keyboard motif. It's got some tabla and strings. Bjork debut. So there you have it, my five things from this week's playlist. Let me know what you're listening to in the comments, and I will be back soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.